It's July 2014. A man runs out of an airport, leaving behind everything he owns. His phone, his wallet, even his passport. He darts throughout the parking lot, climbs over a fence, runs across an open field, and disappears. He is then never seen again. Questions immediately arise and statements come in. The answers bring more confusion than clarity, because just hours prior, the man had told a doctor, "I don't want to die here." Lars Mittank is a 28-year-old tourist from Germany. He is traveling abroad through Bulgaria for the first time with 5 friends. He has a pretty normal life, a job, a girlfriend, and a close relationship with his family. The simple trip is meant to be relaxing, and at first, it is. But toward the end of the trip, something changes. One night, Lars gets into an argument at a bar. It starts over football. He argues with a group of men over one of the football teams. It's a petty argument that doesn't raise many questions, and by the end of the night, he and his friends decide to go home. They walk out of the bar, but then Lars somehow parts ways with his friends. He disappears into the night and only returns the next morning, with a damaged jaw and a ruptured eardrum. He claims he was attacked, beaten by multiple men, the ones he argued with at the bar, and now he had injuries, ones that wouldn't prove fatal, but would change the course of his life forever. He visits a doctor who examines his wounds, who gives him some antibiotics and advises him not to fly as the pressure could cause more pain and inflammation. His friends insist on staying with him, but he assures them he'll be fine. So his friends go back home, and Lars stays behind, alone. He checks into a hotel near the airport, planning to leave the next day. But that night, something isn't right. Lars calls his mother. He is whispering. He tells her that people are trying to kill him. He asks her to cancel his credit cards because he feels like someone wants to rob him. Security cameras show him pacing through the hotel, looking out windows, hiding in the elevator. At one point, he leaves the hotel in the middle of the night and returns only an hour later. No one knows where he went. The next morning, July 8, 2014, Lars is determined to get home. He texts his mother, saying he is finally going home. Then he heads to the airport and can be seen entering. But before his flight, he goes to see a doctor to make sure his eardrum is in good shape for the flight. But by the time he gets to the doctor's office, his behavior is nervous and erratic. Lars begins questioning the medication he had been given, and when a construction worker enters the room, Lars suddenly panics. He begins to tremble and shouts, "I don't want to die here." Then he takes off. He runs out of the office, out of the terminal, leaving everything behind. His phone, his wallet, his passport, and cameras capture him one last time, running through the premise, climbing a fence, crossing a field, heading toward a forest, and then nothing. He is never seen again. As soon as police released the CCTV footage of the incident, theories began flooding the internet. Some believe his injuries may have been much more severe than admitted and caused him confusion, or even paranoia. Others suggest it was a psychological break, an episode of an undiagnosed mental illness. There are also theories about the medication he was taking, that some of it could have contributed to a mental episode. Others have even considered the possibility that he believed he was being followed, possibly by the men from the bar. But there is one problem. None of these explanations fully explain what happened, because even if he wasn't mentally sound, what happened to him? No body was ever found, and 12 years later, there have been no confirmed sightings of him. Just a man who ran for his life from something no one else could see. But this isn't the only recorded incident where the victim seemed to be running from something only they could see. Watch this unsolved case next, where a 21-year-old woman seemed to be running from something unknown and was only later found dead in one of the hotel water tanks. To this day, no one knows how she got there.